It's been interesting this past year that I've been realizing that we, for the most part, not even for the most part, I think in general, we accept the love we think we deserve. And it really is baffling to me sometimes when you realize that some people, a lot of people, don't know their worth. They either don't know their worth or they don't think they're worth as much as they are. And I think a big sign of that, when you really think about it, or at least this is how I'm thinking about it, when you see who people are friends are, who people are friends with, and who someone's in a relationship with. And who someone's in a relationship with is even more. Because your friends, I feel like, can be everybody's friends with everybody for different reasons. But who you choose as your life partner, I think directly reflects what you think of yourself. And when I say that, I mean it in a way where I think a lot of people settle for what they believe they deserve, or they just want to be with someone, so what the person brings to the table doesn't even matter at all because they're just a living breathing person and that's all that matters to some people. And when you think about that, that tells you what a person doesn't know how to be alone. Why don't you want to be alone? Do you not like who you are? So is it hard for you to spend time with yourself and just your thoughts? Or is it something that you feel like you're missing, that you need another person to fill in that void for you? But either way, it reflects the fact that there's no self love there because you can't just enjoy the company of yourself. The person that you're going to be in the longest relationship with, the person that you should love the most, because I genuinely feel like if you don't love yourself the most, you don't know how to give that to somebody else. It's not possible. Not to me. But why don't we think we deserve better? Why don't we think we deserve more? And why are we willing to accept people to give us the bare minimum just because we're getting that little slew of whatever it is we need from them? But everything else that we need, we're not getting. But just because we're getting that little bit, we're settling for it and we're okay with it. But we shouldn't be. And what is it that you think you deserve? When you really sit down with yourself and you think about what you deserve from another person, what you would want in another person. And that could be a relationship or a friendship, even maybe even your family. Cuz not all the time is the love you get from family the love you need or the love you want, but you accept it because you think that's all you can get. And it's unfair to you. It's unfair to if you end up having children because then your children are just going to repeat that same cycle because who's going to show them how to love themselves and what they think that and what they should think that they deserve, because at the end of the day they don't have anybody showing them that because you don't know how to do that either. So I think we owe it to ourselves to sit down and really ponder upon the idea that we deserve more, we deserve better, we deserve everything that we possibly want. And if we don't feel that way, we got to ask ourselves, well, why? And if the answer is because you can't give the same, then it's time to work on you, which is what we're all here for, which is the point of this right now. Because we want to dig deep and figure out what is it that I'm missing, that I'm making these choices instead of these choices. And you have to be open that the idea of you not deserving what you think you deserve is, it can be a humbling experience, because you might be the reason why. You 1,000% are the reason why, but it can be either because you either aren't capable of giving the same thing back, or it could be because you just are missing something that you can only give yourself, but you've been searching for it in other people, and that's just all you know how to do, and that's the only place you know where to get it. So you got to start searching in other places now. But I think you just need to realize that you deserve more. You deserve better. And don't settle for less. I dare you, anybody who's watching this that's in a relationship right now, ask yourself, do I deserve better? Do I deserve more? Or is this exactly what I want? When you look at your friends, your three closest friends, ask yourself, do I deserve better? Do I deserve more? Or is this exactly what I want? When you think about your family members, ask yourself those same questions. Because at the end of the day, better is out there. I think that we get so caught up on this is the end all be all. I'm just grateful to have this, because if maybe if I don't have this, I won't have anything. But that's not true. That's totally not true. I think that, when you if you want to use the analogy, if you want to make an analogy, it's easier to pick up a rock on the ground than it is to dig for gold. You understand what I'm saying? So even though a rock might be easier to pick up, and there's so many of them around, and the gold might be a little bit harder to access, a little bit harder to find, isn't it so much more valuable than a rock? So it's just going to be, if you're willing to put in that time, put in that effort to search and then to dig. And in that process, you also got to be strong to be able to dig. So part of the battle is you, and you working on you. Because if we're going to say we accept the love that we think we deserve, then that just means what we're thinking of ourselves. So if you don't think that you're strong enough, or you're patient enough, or you're important enough to wait until something more valuable comes along, and you just want to take the easy route out and just settle for a rock, then you are a rock. You can't call yourself gold when you're amongst a bunch of rocks. You're just the same. But you don't need to be the same. You don't have to be the same. It's all about how you see you. It's all about what you're willing to accept. It's okay to not want a bunch of rocks. They are useless. But at the end of the day, if you are just like them, if you look just like them, if you walk amongst them, if you sit there in the middle of a grass field just like them, you're like them. So you have to make the changes that you need to make within, recognize that you made those changes, and then start moving like you are what you want to be. Don't act like a rock if you want people to see you as gold. It's never going to make sense. It's never going to get you anywhere. But you have to start making that move ASAP, because time is not on our side, as we all know. And the longer that we accept the BS that we think we deserve, the longer you're going to miss out on your real blessing. Chasing after stuff that shouldn't even matter, shouldn't even have gotten your attention in the first place. So I challenge everyone to look around, ask themselves, is this what I want or is this what I'm settling for? And then assess from there. Because at the end of the day, we all accept the love that we think we deserve. But we've got to stop doing that.